Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. The objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at MMTLP and the focus was on the grey market, so please refer back to the previous video for those updates. We also looked at MULN, Milan Automotive, and in today's video we're going to be following up from yesterday's video by looking at MMTLP, and the focus today is going to be on updates from brokers, AST, and also further developments with regard to the grey markets. And we're also going to be looking at CEI, so stay tuned for that. So first of all, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So we can see quick headline here from Bloomberg: the US stocks decline on rate woes, dollar drops. So overall markets are still not doing very well today. Significant problems in most stocks, and we can also see here US home builder sentiment has now sunk to the level not seen for a long time. So not a good situation right now for most of the stocks. So now we're going to share with you confirmation of a letter received by some of the shareholders from AST. So let's have a look at the letter, and we can see here confirmation for some of the shareholders that have been receiving this letter. It states here shareholders do not need to do anything. The broker will get a certificate for the new shares upon issuance on the 14th of December 2022. And if the broker no longer wants to hold the shares, brokers will send the new shares to AST with distribution instructions for each holder. So the general summary there is basically you are not doing anything. The brokers will take responsibility. And it also says here there's no longer a spin-off. So from my point of view, I do not expect to see 2 more days trading on the OTC for MMTLP. I think that has now gone. That bridge has been burned. But it also stays here that FINRA have announced there's a mandatory exchange 1-for-1 effective 13th of December 2022 based on the close of position of business on 12th of December. Purchase of MMTLP executed after the 8th of December will not receive the distribution, but we know that's not possible because there was no trading after the 8th of December, and will be quoted X symbol MMTLP will be deleted 13th to 12 2020. So that has already been deleted. And they also go on to say that AST will issue new shares to the brokers based upon the instructions received from the DTC. However, brokers will be referred to DTC regarding their positions or information about the exchange. Shares will be issued will be the exact amount there were on record for the record date. So we're not going to have any fractional shares. It will just be a whole share for each person. And the other thing here, many people are still saying with regard to NextBridge that it is not a private company. So let's see what AST are saying about this. So what AST are saying is the new company NextBridge shares are private and will not be listed on the exchange. So I hope that puts to a bed to everything that everybody has been saying. There are some butchers, some bears, some soup people who have all been disputing this, so you can now take your disputes to the AST. And now I'd like to give a shout out to the Gaslit Monkey, who reached out and messaged me here saying, I've started a rolling broker issue list to keep track of which and when each broker drops the NextBridge Hydrocarbons shares, and thought it would be useful for you. So let's have a look at what the Gaslit Monkey has shared, and let's first of all have a look at the brokers with confirmed placeholder issued as at the 19th of December 2022. So these are the brokers who've got BMO, E-Trade, Fidelity, First Trade, IBKR, JP Morgan, Merrill. We have Poems, Robinhood, Royal Bank of Canada, Schwab, Scotia Trade, TD Ameritrade, TD Canada, TDI, Tiger Trade, and also Webull. So let's have a look at the other list here. So this is a list here, brokers confirmed as having not yet issued any placeholder NextBridge Hydrocarbon shares as at 19th of December 2022. So these are the brokers that have not yet confirmed. So we're looking at Ali Invest, Chase, DeGiro, HTS, Investors Edge, iTrade, Pareto, Questrade, Saxo, Scotia, TDWE broker, trading 212 for people in Europe, Wealthsimple, Wells Fargo. So I'm sure there are many other brokers here that have not been added to these lists, but as far as we're concerned, these lists are still ongoing. But in terms of what's going to happen is, first of all, what you need to know is if you have had written confirmation that your shares have been moved over with AST and you have confirmation of that, then your situation is you will not be able to participate in any grey market trading. So the way I see it, the grey market trading is only going to be for people who have not yet got confirmation that their shares of MMTLP haven't been moved over with AST. So if they've not been moved over, you could be a candidate for the grey market. What now I'd like to do is finish off by having a look at all the other latest developments for MMTLP, and the key message for everybody is we have not given up the fight. We are still protesting and we are still taking our messages to the authorities, including the SEC and FINRA. So what I posted here earlier today, tagging in FINRA and the SEC, is with regard to a meeting that is happening today after close of market. This is under Sunshine Act meetings. It's not a public meeting, it is a private meeting, and we are hoping, but obviously it's not guaranteed, that they will look at the decision from FINRA to look at Rule 6440 Section A Part 3, where there was a decision to halt trading, which we all know. So hopefully the SEC look at this, because as retail investors, one thing we will also want them to do is look at Rule 204, the closeout requirement, and ensure that brokers, hedge funds take action to close short positions. So this is something that has not been done, and this is something that needs to be done. So that is something that we are still fighting with. So the next thing I'd like to have a look at here is a response with regard to Charles Schwab, to one of the people who's contacted him with regard to potential manipulation, and they said, question to Charles Schwab is, do you know if there's any truth to the rumours that MMTLP was oversold, and if there are any naked blind phantom shares existing right now that need to be settled? So Charles Schwab, a person by the name of Nathan, is saying Schwab has not provided any details regarding those rumours, no. So Schwab are obviously not going to confirm this, but it is good certainly to ask the questions and get information in writing from them. So the next thing is shout out here to Syntax, who's gone down and made her thoughts very clear. I believe she's visited the FBI today, so there is some information that she shared with regards to video, so go ahead and check the video out, and there is a forum there to make a complaint. And finally, I'd like to finish off by sharing I think an interesting, probably should we say brutally honest example of a complaint here by an investor who's shared the screenshot, and what he stated here, probably language that the SEC or FINRA are not looking for, and that is basically we are complaining about illegal trading of a dividend stock, illegally halting the stock, use of excessive naked shorts, illegally trading tokenized coin of a stock, illegally never covering short positions, illegally trading of a stock that has no longer exists. So are we going to get in the answers? We don't know. Are we going to give up? No. What now I'd like to do is give a shout out to our weekly watch list. This is something that's shared exclusively with the Discord members prior to trading on the Monday. So if we have a look at some of the stocks that we called out yesterday, prior to trading today, we called out BTB. I think that's been doing exceptionally well today. Also symbol MDGL, we're going to come to that shortly. There was big news expected today, so we'll see what happens there. And also CEI, Canberra Energy, and there's news there of a 1-for-50 reverse split expected December the 23rd. So I'm also going to give a shout out to our $1 million challenge stock spreadsheet. So if you have a look at here at the bottom, we also have a tab for squeeze stocks. Last week we had COSM, Cosmos Holdings, and that is a stock that I'm sure you saw that did exceptionally well. It did squeeze last week. It did come down very, very fast. So congratulations to everybody who managed to sell as it ran up, because it came down very, very fast. And this time we've called out CEI. So let's have a look at the chart for CEI today. And we can see here CEI is up at time of editing just in excess of 81%. I think at one time it was up well in excess of 100%, currently trading at around about 11 cents, and that's been doing exceptionally well. So the other news is with regard to MDGL. So let's have a look at the chart for that. So this is the best call so far for this week. So it's known as Madrigal Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. They've had positive news with regard to a phase 3 trial. So if you have a look at here, at time of editing, it is up in excess of 260% at $229.74. So well done to everybody who got into MDGL. So great news there. And finally, if anybody would like to join us and get access to our weekly watch list as well as our daily stock alerts, you can join us for less than $9 a month. Information is available in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.